Hi, I'm Cold Girl.
And I'm the blind redhead.
Welcome to Blind and Brown.
Let's get into it. Why don't you do the intro this time? I'm doing it all the time.
Because you're the man. I'm just kidding.
We're one gin and tonic in. That's it.
They won't let me have snacks.
Okay, you can have Grunes. That's it.
What?
Grunes. Oh, do you not get those ads?
I don't know what
You don't know what a Grune
is.
is? This is a Grune. Today I have a very hot topic issue to talk about.
Hot Topic, like the clothing store?
Yeah. Speaking of tangent, I got an email that said, hey, Hot Topic class action lawsuit.
We're not going to be allowed to have gin and tonics before we meet ever again.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, they were like, hey, if you bought something between here and here, you can be a part of the class action lawsuit. And I literally thought, I don't think I've ever bought anything from Hot Topic.
Did you look in your email history and find out that you did?
I did. Yeah. I bought one of those. I bought one of those bejeweled. Oh my God! I did buy something from Hot Topic. Oh my God! Wow. Oh, I should definitely. I should. Oh my God!
You should get your 2 cents.
I can't believe I bought something from Hot Topic. I bought a present for my wife from Hot Topic, and it was
I think she's offended.
It was a Bob's. It was a Bob's Burger.
Oh, that's not bad.
Plushie that was one of these, like, it was a little character from Bob's Burgers. Oh,
So you need to be
God.
involved in this class action.
Yeah, I have to because I bought. I'm gonna have to find that receipt. Okay, I want to talk about the landscape of streaming and
Oh my
like
God.
specifically talking about streaming with movies and TV, because I think if we try to get into the music and just like all the other types of streaming, I think it might get
And like live streaming and like people.
yeah, that's overwhelming. I was looking at 2010, everyone started doing quote unquote cord cutting because it was just like, oh yeah, you know, like cable or satellite, like really expensive.
So that's the term cord cutting?
Yeah. So
Is that like people were just getting rid of cable? And
yeah,
Okay.
that's literally where that comes from.
Can I tell you my
Yes,
my
absolutely.
understanding of what cord cutting is?
Yes.
So I first heard the term cord cutting when it came in like a way of like energetic cord cutting of like relationships to people. So it was like, oh, we have to do like a cord cutting ritual or something like that because like the energy of you and this person or whatever. A lot of times it's used for like relationships, so like exes and stuff. But it can be used with like friendships and things like that too. But
Interesting.
That's the first time that I heard cord cutting as a term, and then I related that back to like, oh, like pregnancy and like cord cutting. So when you're over here talking about it all began with cord cutting, I'm
That's
like,
where you are.
yeah, this is where I am entering into
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
About
interesting.
streaming.
I got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
okay. Just wanted you to know.
No, I think that's great information to know we're on the same page. Everyone's just like, why do I have a $250 cable bill? Because that was the thing, by the way, like $250 for cable or satellite. Like that
So
was
you could have all of like the channels and
yeah.
stuff.
So basically this, you know, the internet became fast enough to actually stream video, and we didn't, you know, have to tell the other person to get off the phone while we were on the internet. In 2007, Netflix changed the game specifically because for a long time they were a DVD by mail service.
Yeah, which was I thought was so cool.
It was
like
great.
as an evolution of like a Blockbuster.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
They partnered with a company called Roku, which Roku is now a huge company.
Is that why it's on all of their
Yes.
their controllers?
Yes.
I was
like
wondering.
that. There's like an origin story there because you would buy this Roku box, which they're like, you can take a drink. That's
want
fine.
a
You can take a
gin and
drink.
tonic,
You can take a
but
drink.
I can't
That's fine.
there's an ice cube.
Just
I was told by the sound engineer I could not drink it.
It's fine. You can just take a drink. It's
This
fine.
is what happens when there's no
Right.
snacks.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. That's fine. You can take a drink. That's fine. The Roku box only has one app on it, which is kind of weird to think about now because like
Yeah.
now it's this huge library of apps that you can
No,
download.
it's literally like internet.
Yeah. And so like you plug the Roku in and it would just be this big red screen with a white Netflix logo in the middle. You'd connect it up to your Wi-Fi. And I think at that time I had like 5 megabytes down opposed to like what I have now, which is like 1,000 megabytes down. So
I
like,
have no idea how many megabytes
That's
of
fine.
internet
I-
speed I have.
That's fine. That's fine.
I used to work in tech.
You don't. Okay. I walk into a space and immediately I'm like opening my speed test app and I'm like, how fast is the internet download and upload
You
here?
are a different human.
That is true. The first thing that I ever streamed, like the show Heroes, I was like, this is going to revolutionize everything. And at that point, streaming was not like a standardized thing at all.
Okay.
Like you were more likely still buying full seasons of, I don't know, Friends.
Yeah.
Or
I
Smallville
literally was imagining my box collection of Friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you were buying those and then you were having to change out the discs and
Yeah.
everything.
And that was fine because I was like, cool, DVDs are fun.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
enjoy them. Just
Yeah.
don't scratch them.
Right, yes. And so what ended up happening is around 2010, they were like, great, we have fast enough internet. Netflix is out. Hulu had just come out, where Hulu was a huge game changer because it was like, you can watch the show the next day. And at that point, you had Hulu or Hulu Plus, and Hulu Plus, you could do it no ads for $6. And so it was wild because I was like, you have access to shows, now I have some access to movies. And so people were like, well, I'm going to get rid of my satellite subscription because why am I paying $250
Yeah.
when I can pay $6 for Hulu?
Yeah.
And at that point, $8 for Netflix.
What year was this again?
This is 2010.
Yes. Okay. And I'm also remembering there were like a lot of packages where they were trying to like force you to buy cable and internet.
Yes.
And a landline.
Yeah.
Because like no
Yeah.
one was buying landlines.
No, for real.
And so they were like, you get a free landline
Yeah.
if you just buy like $40 of like Cox cable and
Yeah.
internet.
They
And
don't
like
even
and just,
offer
like,
free landlines anymore. I got a pamphlet the other day that was literally like bundle internet and TV for this much money and get your phone landline for $15 extra. And I'm like, you're not even giving this for free anymore?
just so I can give the spam people a place to call. Like, no. Anyway.
So, okay, long story long. Basically, looking at the streaming landscape now, you have two
I love that you
sides.
said long story long. By
Yeah.
the way. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. It's truth.
Yeah.
But you have this like landscape that there's two sides of it where it's like streaming has gotten way more expensive, especially if you want live TV. I think right now the average price, we're talking they're ranged from anywhere at the lowest, like $70 to $75
Yeah.
to like all the way up to with add-ons, you could end up spending like over $150
Yeah.
just
like,
on that.
but I do remember this. Yeah. Before COVID, BC,
Yeah.
the new BC, it was like, I remember trying to like get some like basketball finals game because like at that time I was being like a basketball girly.
Cool.
And I was like, how can we watch this? Because like I don't really feel like going to a bar every night to watch this.
Right.
Like I want to watch this at home, and so like I did sign up for like the free trial, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
perfect, it's the same time frame that I
Yeah.
need to watch that's left for the finals. Cool. So I did that for like YouTube, but it was like, and then I forgot to cancel it because that's obviously how subscriptions work and free trials work is they
Right.
just they're like, you'll forget, it's fine.
Yep.
That's why there's now apps that you can buy to tell you what
Yeah.
subscriptions you need to cancel so you can
Absolutely.
pay for the app. Anyway, but like. Yeah, like it was like $50, and I remember just like looking at my bank account, and I'm like, why am I out $50? And this was like
Yeah.
BC, like before
Yeah.
COVID, and like now we're at like $80,
Yeah.
100 something bucks, just so we can watch like something that when we had cable,
Right.
we could watch it literally for just like $40.
Right. But
Or like-
so
if we had
this is-
basic cable.
right? So that's one side of the story, right? Where it's like these prices are becoming astronomical. But like the other side of the story is that this is also some of the most content-rich moment ever,
Yes.
where we're like, okay, honestly, me and my wife, we don't pay for all the streaming services at the same time.
Yeah.
We will.
You guys actually have a really smart way
Yeah.
of doing it.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Like,
so explain.
So
please.
we basically pick a streaming service of things that we want to watch, like let's say for example Disney Plus, and we'll
this
be like,
season we want to watch.
yeah.
Disney
So
Plus.
this season we want to watch Disney Plus and all the things that are on that, and then during the holidays maybe we're like, oh well, the most holiday movies might be on Max, and so then we'll pay for Max. Netflix hasn't entered our cycle for a while, but I know that like when the next big thing comes out, maybe that's when we'll get it. Or like when like that stockpile is up, that's when we'll get it. So what that does is one, it helps with cost a lot for not feeling like, oh, I'm spending $150 on streaming where I'm not even watching a lot of this streaming service. But I will say, here's the deal. Disney Plus and Hulu and Max.
Well, they're Disney Plus and Hulu are the same now, right?
Yeah. So this is what's wild is that you have companies like Disney and Warner Discovery who are now teaming up. So for
Now they've gotten their bearings, and they were like, okay, we've grieved and mourned the idea that we can't have cable anymore, our own cable plans. So let's just buy, and now we can have these bundles with all of them.
well, and it's
right?
wild because you have Disney who owns Fox,
Yeah.
and they own
ABC. and-
ABC, they own Marvel and Star
Yeah.
Wars and National Geographic. And so, and then they also own Hulu. So now you have like on Disney Plus, you have a Disney Plus and then a Hulu. And then now they actually made it so you can also get Max. So you could get all
interesting.
three of those services
In a
bundled
bundle.
for $30. We have these
Yeah.
like bundled packages that are great. There's so much content on Disney Plus and Hulu and HBO.
Well, just on all of them, like any of them, there's so much content.
Yeah. But like those are the ones that I'm like specifically looking at where I'm like, those three massive companies joined forces, but you also have, because you can't forget, you have NBC vying for your attention, right? And they have Peacock. And then you have CBS vying for your attention, and they have CBS and Nickelodeon. You have ESPN, which is owned by Disney, which you can add to the bundle if you want. And then, but within like Max, for example, they own CNN. So then you get all of their content. So what's interesting is I was just doing some basic math.
Some sleuthing and some
Yes.
Yeah.
I was using my calculator app, which
It doesn't spark joy for me, so I might be deleting it soon.
Right, exactly.
I
Good
just-
luck. Can you delete your calculator
I
app?
don't know. I will tell you if I do it. But like going back to these like giant companies that are now bundling these smaller streaming companies, it's so interesting because we can talk about it from so many different perspectives. Like we can talk about it from that perspective of like business and like, wow, like this whole thing is like there's so much content, there's all these things, these options, and like they essentially are doing the same thing that they did when they had cable. It's just now on the internet and streaming.
Right.
So we like broke cable, or like the millennials,
Yeah.
or maybe before millennials, I don't know, broke
Yeah.
cable, and then now it's coming back because the powers that be were
It's-
like, no, we can't die.
It's so-
or,
yeah.
or we can talk about it from like a lens of content creation, where you literally cannot possibly, even on one of these platforms, watch everything that they have made.
Right.
You cannot possibly do it
No, not at all.
if you were even to try.
Now, I think something really important to point out is what streaming did for everything was the amount of representation that came out of streaming opposed to like, hey, we have ABC, CBS, NBC, these, Fox, these networks were very, very white
Yeah.
Very
And
white.
also very straight.
and very straight. Yes. And so
It was a very cis het space.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it still is.
No, it is. And that's what's great about streaming is I'm
The
looking
cis het
at
is great. I'm just kidding.
but like there's a show I love that was on Netflix called One Day at a Time. It's a reboot. And
There's so many reboots.
I know. But like this one's actually great and has Rita Moreno.
According to you.
Miss Rita
We
Moreno.
are not the experts.
Yeah. But like this one is amazing, and Netflix canceled it after 3 seasons.
Yeah.
What's wild about it is because we're in the age of streaming, the network Freeform was like, we'll pick it up.
Oh, yeah. And they've done that with a lot of things. Like
Yes.
they did that with Doctor Who.
Yes.
They did that with.
Wait, did they do it with Doctor Who?
Yeah, like someone bought it. Like
I think Disney bought it.
Disney bought it.
Yeah,
Like,
something.
but it's
I don't
also
know.
been bought else. I went on this dive because I was trying to figure out so I watched the latest season because I was like, we gotta support the people. I need to make sure the ratings are up. My
Right.
my ex gave me like her subscription so I could like watch it. And I was like, why don't we watch it together? And I was like, wait, no, we should watch it separate. So the ratings are good.
Right.
The views need to be up. And so then I ended up like looking into The Doctor and being like, where do I want to watch? Like, where should I start watching?
Yeah.
Now that I've watched this new season, where do I want to jump back to? What do I want to watch?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I found there were so many like times when it was like going to end and then someone else bought it. And I could be very wrong because I'm just recalling this from my memory. But I do know, yeah, Disney did buy it and it has changed the writing like significantly. But I do enjoy how it is being shown now. And yeah, it does allow for, it's kind of giving this like really fun space where, you know how people used to write, or they still do write fan fiction.
Yes.
And so now it's like,
I was really passionate about that.
yeah,
Yes, I do write fan fiction.
I read fan fiction.
I read it.
I read.
it.
I mean, fan fiction's great. But yeah, it gives like this when something is canceled or gets canceled for whatever the reason.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people that go into the production of these types of the productions.
Yeah.
That like another team can like take it on if they can buy the rights or find the way, and they can remake it and essentially create whole new stories of and it's like a sweet little collaboration.
Yeah.
I am obviously speaking from someone that is like not in the production industry, so I know that there still are toxicities and there are new complications because of the onset of these like streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And also just the amount of diversity and creativity that is allowed to be produced. I don't know that it always makes it to the people that are watching it because the algorithms are insane. Like, okay, so for an example, so we have Netflix, and the way that my family and I and my community do this is we like, one of us will pay, which is normal.
Yeah.
One of us will pay for one of the things. And so I actually have a lot of the streaming platforms like regularly, which because I'm only paying for one, it's not that big of a deal.
That's great.
So my mom's Netflix, like the top tiles, like the recommended for you tiles are like Bridgerton or like class, like these like old romantic, like big dresses and wigs women, you know,
Like
and it's
very,
like that's
like period pieces.
Yes, period pieces, and like, but in like the romantical way. It's like not romantic way, not like the adventurous fighting sort of algorithm.
But your mom's probably also not watching like The Great.
Exactly.
But
So
Bridgerton, Pride and
yes.
Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility.
Yes, so that is like her top tiles, right? And so it's like, so that happens. And then like my dad's are like K-dramas, like subtitle K-dramas. And then my other friends are just like strictly anime. And then like mine is just like, I don't even know exactly. Actually, I can't read what mine is because I am me, and I'm like, but there's so many like contradictions. All of the variety that is allowed to be created because of these streaming platforms is so amazing, and also like it gets siloed again once it comes into these algorithms, and so then it's like you get to like I end up, if I were to watch my mom's Netflix or whatever, I would never have a chance to see something like She's Gotta Have It, or like something that is a little bit more like not a period piece, I guess.
Well,
or like
there's a lot of truth to that too, because like if you think about like, I'm going to use like Netflix has a huge library, but obviously algorithms, they're taking a huge amount of responsibility of like, this is what we want you to watch.
The
or
audacity.
This is,
The audacity
like,
of the algorithms.
Like I'll finish watching like something Star Wars and it'll be like, hey, you should watch Moana. And I'm like, I love Moana.
Hey, you should watch Moana.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they get into their sultry voice and they're like,
Yeah.
hello, you should watch Moana.
Hello, Moana.
And you're like, I'm watching Star Wars.
Yeah. Because like I get it if I'm watching like a National Geographic like Shark Week show and it's like after it's like, hey, you should watch Moana if you like water. Like I get that.
You would love Moana.
Yeah. It's like constantly, you love Moana. Yeah. And then if it's not that, then it's like, you know who also loves Moana? Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know what he did? So many things. And here's all the faces.
Even though we're trying to be inclusive, even though someone can still say that they are like they are making it non-judgmental or like neutral or whatever. It's like but you don't know what your biases are.
Yeah.
And you are the one that is coding it. And if you don't know what your biases are, like where historically, a lot of these algorithms were coded by like probably like white men.
Yeah. No,
And
I think it's
so
okay to make that
it's like,
generalization.
I'm going to make the generalization. I could be wrong. But it does make me wonder about like what are the biases that are coded into these things, because they do have to make decisions, right? Like my dog is definitely like, oh, this podcast is done. Episode is done today. But yeah, like what is coded into the DNA of the technology that we are consuming, that is allowing for diversity in the background and allowing for creators to like make really beautiful work that they wouldn't be able to necessarily pitch if it was still like the big top down
networks.
Yeah.
I think the access to ease of creation and the access of ease of finding community based on algorithms. You think about like TikTok specifically, best algorithm out there. Like absolutely. Like
that's why it's not supposed to be here, right? Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's connecting me.
That's why they don't want it to be here.
Right, yeah, because it's connecting me way too easily with people, for better or for worse. It does connect you with a lot of things that like you kind of align with. Is there like a self-reflection of like, who am I? According to my TikTok feed,
yeah.
I'm like, oh God, I am a white guy.
I know
like,
it does really feel like it reads you sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I have like a friend's mom was on like a TikTok algorithm of like just like fear mongering. Like she was so afraid of like us traveling to like Mexico because of like all of the things that she was seeing on her TikTok.
Yeah.
And I literally never saw any of that on my TikTok. And it's just like, yeah, it really makes you think like, yeah, what are they picking up on? What are my micro behaviors? Like the little swipes, like what is that like nanosecond that I stayed too long on this thing? Or like, who have I decided to follow or be friends with that this algorithm is trying to get me to send to? Like, what are they interested in? Because it also takes into account these things. And it's so...
There's times where I will just hand my phone with TikTok open to my wife and be like, I need you to like, you just swipe on stuff that you want to watch because I'm like, I don't like, I'm in an algorithm hole. I'm in an algorithm hole where it's like, all I'm looking at is AI is taking our jobs. And
well, sometimes I would like to say, and this is like my own opinion, I don't know, but sometimes I'm like, that's also an interesting thing because what's coming up is I'm like, you're in an algorithm hole, or what if the creators that you usually follow just like aren't creating content? And so then it's like trying to show you other things that you might like, but like, cause and then that becomes like a question on like, content creation and how much we're like expecting of like people, which like we also are content creators in our own like jobs and like whatever. And it's like to expect that everything is always going to be good.
Yeah.
Is also an interesting byproduct of the algorithm.
But like there is this line of access to the ability to create. And it happened musically where GarageBand came out and all of a sudden it was just like completely accessible to throw in a few loops and people could make their own soundtracks. And it was great, but it also created a lot of bad music, but it also created a lot of really great musicians out there.
Yeah, because just the access.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It was available for access, and like, and then you could even talk about like when we're talking about Apple and GarageBand and creating access to music. You also talk about like iTunes and being able to like distribute music more equally to the people, where you don't necessarily have to pay $15 or $12 for a CD or whatever.
Yeah, no.
But at the same time, $1.99 for a song.
Yeah.
That also changed the music industry radically for the people, for how you actually can make money.
Right. Was it $1.99 or was it 99 cents?
It was probably 99 cents.
99 cents, yeah.
Maybe it's $1.99 now. I have no idea. I don't.
Who buys music? Well,
I don't know. Do you buy music?
No. I buy vinyl.
Oh my God. Sorry,
Anyway,
I buy vinyl. And with that, we are
That's a good
done.
place to end. Great. I'm going to finish my gin and tonic.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate you tuning in.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials to stay updated and connect with us between episodes. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Blind and Brown Podcast.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop us a message or tag us in your posts.
Until next time, take care and thanks for listening.
Hello, producer here. Jumping in to say thank you for listening to Blind and Brown, and that this episode concludes Season 1. We will be back with Season 2 in a few months and have many more discussions, stories, and laughs in store. In the meantime, keep a lookout for bonus episodes to come your way. We have some fun ones planned. Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it.